You are sitting with your cat, and something rare is happening. Your cat is grooming you, licking your hand, your arm, maybe your hair, with the focused, deliberate rhythm of an animal that has decided this is important work. You stay completely still, because you know from experience that moving might end it. You are enjoying it. Your cat seems to be enjoying it. And then, with no warning you could detect, it bites you. Not a playful nip, a real bite. Firm enough to make you pull your hand back. And then your cat either walks away or immediately goes back to grooming as if nothing happened, leaving you sitting there confused, slightly hurt, and wondering what you did wrong. You did nothing wrong, and your cat did not malfunction. What just happened follows a sequence so consistent across cats, and so well documented in feline behavior research, that scientists have a specific name for it. Understanding that sequence changes how you see every grooming session your cat has ever offered you. Today, we are going through exactly why cats groom their bonded humans, what triggers the sudden switch from grooming to biting, and what the warning signals look like in the seconds before it happens. By the end of this video, that confusing moment is going to make complete sense. Start with why your cat grooms you at all, because most people underestimate what this behavior actually represents. Cats groom each other in a behavior called allogrooming, and it is not casual. In feline social groups, allogrooming is one of the most reliable indicators of genuine bond formation between two individuals. Cats do not groom animals they are neutral toward. They do not groom cats they tolerate, but do not trust. Allogrooming is reserved for members of the same social group, cats that share territory, share scent, and have established a relationship that the nervous system has categorized as safe. Dr. John Bradshaw, whose research on feline social behavior remains among the most referenced in the field, has documented that allogrooming in cats serves a dual function. It maintains the shared scent profile of the social group, blending individual scent signatures into one communal identity, and it reinforces the social bond through physical contact that both parties experience as positive. When your cat grooms you, it is doing both of these things simultaneously. It is maintaining your shared scent, and it is investing in the relationship. This is not something cats do with everyone. Some cats never groom their owners at all. Not because the bond is weak, but because allogrooming style varies between individuals the same way communication styles vary between people. A cat that does groom you has made a specific social decision about you. You are in its group. You are worth the investment. If your cat grooms you regularly and you have never fully registered what that meant, drop a comment below. The second layer explains what is actually happening neurologically during the grooming session, because understanding the mechanism is what makes the bite make sense. When your cat begins grooming you, its nervous system is in a specific state. Relaxed, socially engaged, oxytocin levels elevated through physical contact, and the rhythmic motion of grooming itself. This is a genuine positive state, not performance. Your cat is experiencing something that functions neurologically like what you would call warmth or contentment. But grooming requires sustained close physical contact, and sustained close physical contact in any animal accumulates sensory input over time. Your cat's nervous system is receiving continuous tactile information from its tongue against your skin, from your scent at close range, from whatever your skin tastes like, from the texture and temperature of the surface it is working on. For most of the session, this input stays below the threshold where it becomes overstimulating. Then it crosses that threshold. Researchers studying petting induced aggression in cats, which is the broader category this behavior falls into, have found that cats have individual and variable thresholds for sensory input during close contact. Below the threshold, the contact is processed as positive. At the threshold, the nervous system shifts states. The same stimulus that was pleasant 30 seconds ago is now processed as overwhelming, and the defensive response activates. The bite is not aggression in the way that word usually implies. It is the nervous system's method of ending a stimulus it can no longer process as comfortably. It is fast, it is instinctive, and it happens before the conscious social bond can override it. The third piece is about why the bite specifically follows grooming rather than simply stopping. In feline social interactions, grooming sessions between bonded cats end in one of two ways. One cat simply stops and moves away, or one cat bites the other. The bite ending is not unusual or aggressive within cat social language. It functions as a signal that the session is over, a clear and unambiguous close to the interaction that both parties understand. Animal behaviorist Pam Johnson-Bennett, who has studied feline communication, extensively describes the grooming bite as a session termination signal rather than an attack. The cat that bites is not switching emotional states from affection to aggression. It is using the established social vocabulary for ending close contact, the same vocabulary it would use with another cat, applied to you because you have been filed in its social framework as a member of its group. The problem is that you do not speak cat. The bite that functions as a polite social ending in feline communication reads as an attack in human experience. The mismatch between what your cat is saying and what you are receiving is the entire source of the confusion. Has your cat ever bitten you during grooming and then immediately resumed grooming? Tell me in the comments. That specific sequence is your cat closing the loop on its own signal and starting a new session fresh. The fourth dimension is about the warning signals that appear before the bite, because they are always there and most owners miss them entirely. Your cat does not shift from grooming to biting without transition. The transition is just fast, and the signals are subtle enough that most people have never learned to look for them. Dr. Mikel Delgado at UC Davis, whose research covers feline cognition and behavior, has documented the pre-bite signal sequence in cats during overstimulation events consistently across subjects. The tail is the first signal, not a slow, relaxed movement, but a faster, more deliberate flick, starting at the tip and moving toward the base. This happens before anything else changes. Your cat's body language at the head and face may still look completely relaxed, while the tail is already signaling rising arousal. The second signal is a change in the grooming rhythm itself. The licking becomes slightly faster or slightly harder. The pressure changes in a way that is subtle but detectable if you are paying attention. Your cat is not consciously adjusting. The arousal state is bleeding into the motor output before the threshold fully breaks. The third signal is a brief pause. Your cat stops licking for 1 or 2 seconds, sometimes repositions its head slightly, and then either resumes or bites. That pause is the last warning available. If you gently move your hand or shift position during that pause, the session ends without the bite. Your cat's threshold has been reached, but you have removed the stimulus before the defensive response was necessary. Watch for the tail first. Everything else follows from there. The fifth piece reframes the entire experience and changes what you take from it going forward. The grooming bite is not a sign that something is wrong with your cat or with your relationship. It is a sign that your cat has integrated you so completely into its social world that it applies its full social vocabulary to interactions with you, including the parts of that vocabulary that do not translate cleanly into human experience. The bite is only possible because the grooming happened, and the grooming only happens because the bond is real. Understanding the threshold and watching for the tail signal lets the session end comfortably for both of you. Your cat was not attacking you. It was talking to you in a language built for other cats, applied to you, because as far as its nervous system is concerned, you are close enough to count. If this explains something, share it with someone whose cat does the same. And subscribe, because next week we are going into why your cat sits in the exact spot you just left.